You can easily destroy the competition when at least 50% of guys don't even know about NoFap. And you might think that they do. You probably think that every guy knows about NoFap, but that's with your own clouded bias because you watch these videos. Oh, Baba Hamza, porn increases testosterone. Shut up, bro. Look at these comments of guys on Reddit defending their porn addictions. Disgusting. You're telling me you can't get into the top 20% of men? This is your competition, the kind of guys who say that porn increases testosterone. No. Porn increases the testosterone of the man who's fucking the woman that you want, whilst you sit there like a little monkey Jeffrey touching your pee-pee. First of all, my name is Hamza, and I help young men go through the Jeffrey to Adonis transformation through self-improvements. Scroll down right now and go click on the subscribe button underneath this video. You'll get more guys onto self-improvement, which means that you're more likely to meet another guy on this journey. Let's talk about the real benefits of NoFap, because none of those NoFap YouTubers ever explain this well. The single greatest benefit out there, do you know what it is? It's not the testosterone when you're on NoFap for 7 days. It's not even the time saved from not watching porn for an hour here or there, especially when you're on those massive edge sessions. The greatest benefit of NoFap is that your self-image improves. You stop feeling like a loser. You start getting a sense of pride for yourself when you're going out there and being productive in the gym and making money and being like a real human being rather than a goblin Jeffrey. Just visualize this, close your eyes and visualize this. Visualize that we put in two men inside of a room and we make one of them eat McDonald's, a massive, big, what the fuck do they call McDonald's meal? Like big Happy Meals or something, right? He's got some big burger with some fries, with a milkshake and a McFlurry and one of the, what the fuck do they even put in McDonald's? I haven't been to McDonald's in about 3 years, by the way, so I'm not like a normal person anymore. I'm not fucking Jeffrey, right? But imagine a big McDonald's meal, right? Close your eyes. They've given him a big McDonald's meal and he's ate it nice and happy with his little fucking Happy Meal ketchup and stuff, right? The other man is fasted. The other man is hungry. And now we tell them, fight to the death. The most effective way to do that is maybe strangling the other man or using some kind of blunt object to crush his skull. If a man has to go against another man, the hungry man will win. Even though the McDonald's little Jeffrey man has got all those calories inside of him, he's got all those carbs inside of him that's supposedly good for athleticism, the hungry man will fight harder. You know why this is relevant to fapping and to porn? Because you can be sexually hungry and that turns you into a lethal capable man. Because there's something you need to admit right now, and if you're a pussy Jeffrey, you won't admit this. We are heavily motivated by sex and by women. I'm tired of seeing all the guys around the world who have this cute little mindset where they're like, oh, I don't do it for girls, bro. I just go to the gym for myself. I just do it for myself. No. Maybe if you've got low testosterone, maybe if you can't admit to yourself that you've got these subconscious primal desires, but we as men do most of our hard work because we subconsciously know that the harder we work, the higher our status, the more money that we make, the better we look, we will end up attracting more and a higher quality of women. Don't bullshit yourself. So imagine castrating yourself. Imagine metaphorically eating the McDonald's when it comes to your sexual energy by releasing it over porn and telling your body and telling your brain that you don't actually need more women. Suddenly your motivation to work hard plummets. Your energy, your drive, that relentless energy that sometimes you have. You know when you're in the gym and you haven't fapped for a few days, you haven't had sex for a few days, and you fucking power through workouts, and it's like one of those amazing workouts. It's one of those days where you decide to just fuck it and run to the gym instead. That's the sexual energy inside of you, because it literally is changing your physical energy, testosterone, everything, and telling you that if you work harder, you will be able to impregnate a woman soon. When you ejaculate constantly, what you're telling your stupid primal monkey brain is that, yeah, we've already got the woman, and so we can relax now. Because what do you do after nutting? No one nuts and then hits a PR in the gym or something. And you nut like at night time when it's nice to, go to sleep and let's cuddle in the nice warm blankets. Why do normal guys still fap? Because what's interesting is you got onto NoFap, and what happened? Your Jeffrey friends made fun of you for it. Your Jeffrey friends made fun of you for not being a wanker anymore. They insulted you for not watching porn and be like... Doesn't it fucking blow your mind to think that most people around the world will literally disrespect you and think of you less when you become healthier? How crazy is that? This is why, once you get onto self-improvement and you get onto the path of becoming like an Adonis, you can't be friends with 90, 95, 99% of people in the world. And with these kinds of Jeffreys, like the ones that you know, you can literally tell if they fapped this morning. You could literally go to school or go to work and literally spot which guy has fapped this morning. We can all tell. You know that morning, or the many mornings that you fapped before school, everyone, especially the girls, they can tell. I don't believe it's any like mystical bullshit. Oh, they can smell the retention on you. That's what so many of these fucking stupid no-fap YouTubers like to say. They can smell the retention. No, they can't. It's just that you look almost like a sweaty version of yourself. There's the man who comes in with confidence, who's like, you know, feeling proud of himself. And then there's the boy who comes in with more shame and he's a bit more jumpy and he's not holding eye contact with people because he's experienced this disappointing, embarrassing moment this morning. You want to know why you still struggle with fapping every now and then, why you keep relapsing on your no-fap streak? It's because how often you fap is directly correlated to your mental health. This is what none of these YouTubers online, masculine, no one talks about this. You fap when you have bad mental health. Do you really think, imagine there's a guy who wakes up feeling proud. Imagine there's a guy who's super, super happy and present and grateful. He's not just gonna whip his little soft dick out and start jerking it off at that moment, right? He's gonna go and do something productive. He's gonna go downstairs and hold eye contact with his mother as she makes him his breakfast and he's talking and telling her a story. He's gonna go and integrate in real life. You fap when you don't feel good. You fap when you feel bored, when you feel demotivated, when you're tired and you're hungry, you're feeling depressed or anxious. You sit inside of your room and shallowly breathe as you jerk your dick. You fap because of poor mental health. And so if you're struggling with quitting fapping and porning right now, pursue improving your mental health as the actual way to improve this. So don't just obsess over no-fap. Obsess over improving your mental health by living the kind of life that humans are supposed to live. Get some sunlight, bro. Get some fucking sunlight. You're indoors for literally 90% of the day. All you do is like maybe you walk to the school or to the gym or something. You're outside in sunlight with fresh cold air hitting you for literally minutes a day. When your ancestors, it was more like 10 hours. When was the last time that you did some primal shit? There was a man in your bloodline who picked up big fucking boulders just to go move them somewhere else because he wanted to make a monument for his woman. Are you hitting PRs in the gym? Are you trying to? Maybe that's the one good habit you're doing right now, but you need to go and live like a normal human being. Go through nature, go for some runs. Your ancestors used to run 50, 100 kilometers every week to chase down the boar, to hunt it back, bring it back and give it to the family. And here you are saying like, oh, but running, you know, cardio kills gains. Shut up, podgy fat. Bro, I could say so many fucking swear words to you and you deserve it, right? And I sound like an asshole. Sometimes you need that thunderbolt of masculine energy to slap some respect into yourself and think like, yeah, you are a fat piece of shit, so let's fix it. I don't mean to be horrible when I say this, but I mean to make you feel bad, because if you are podgy right now, if you've been fapping this morning, yesterday, and you've got this sweaty, like smelly feeling about you, and you've got shame, what kind of productive member of the tribe are you? No wonder you don't feel proud of yourself. No wonder you don't feel confident. No wonder you aren't attracting the women that you want and you're not making the money that you want, because you're not doing the actions that's required. Sometimes you need a slap of reality to tell you, well, yeah, because you fucking deserve it. You deserve not making money. You deserve not attracting the woman that you want, because look at your actions. You need like this aggression inside of you to say, man, I'm pissed off at doing this stupid habit. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to go and work relentlessly on my goals. Fapping and watching porn is not like a standalone habit. You don't just fap and watch porn. If you're thinking right now like, oh, but it's not that bad, right? You've got to understand, you don't just fap and watch porn. You know what you do? You stay up later. You end up working less the next day. Your sleep is worse. You waste an hour here, hour here. You fantasize about it when you're in social situations. When you're speaking to a girl that you could maybe even attract, you speak to her in this weird, almost like this, I don't know, this ugly, unattractive way, because you get flashes of random images of porn in your mind at the same time. It doesn't just affect one part of your life, it affects so much more. And there's so many guys out there who don't realize just how bad porn and fapping is. Like I remember being told this a few months ago, saying that there's now porn shorts. So it's not like, you know, porn when I was young, it was a 10-20 minute video that you'd jack off to. These days, it's like kids are not only just watching shorts, which is degenerate, you know, like Instagram and Reels and YouTube shorts and stuff, but now there's like porn shorts, so it's like fucking double the dopamine. And so all you're doing is depriving yourself of dopamine, the motivation molecule, so that you don't even feel like doing the hard work anymore. I think the worst part about all this is that when you are fed up with fapping and porn, what do? You come onto YouTube and you watch a nofap video. And this is where it gets worse, you know why? Because all young men who start watching nofap videos start feeling worse about their lives. You see, when a nofap YouTuber, I'm not a nofap YouTuber, I make like self-improvements, young men's content, right? Every like 3 months I'll make a nofap video. But these guys who are pretending to be helpful, basically all of the nofap YouTubers out there, they only make these videos to just get views. They're not actually trying to get you to solve your problem. Because think about it, if there's a guy whose entire channel is nofap, if he was actually giving you good advice, you wouldn't need to keep watching his videos. If he was like actually helping you with the problem, all of his subscribers would disappear because they'd not be on nofap anymore and they'd stop watching his videos. These nofap YouTubers are part of this problem because instead of just fapping and like, you know, moving on with your life, they make you obsess over it. They make you constantly watch their fucking dopamine videos where they're hyping you up and making you feel bad and all this shit, and then you're just addicted to another thing and you're still a fapper, you're still a wanker. If you've been watching the same nofap YouTuber for more than like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you're still fapping, clearly it's not fucking working, because if they were giving you good advice, you wouldn't continue watching, right? So of course, they're not going to give you good advice. This is like you can't trust doctors because doctors are basically incentivized, in America at least, to give you stupid bullshit medicine. Why would they want to make you better? This sounds like, you might think that's a conspiracy theory, but like, you've got to look at the incentives that people have. They won't make you better. My incentive is to get you on self-improvement. And so when you get on self-improvement, you're constantly learning from me. It's a win-win. NoFap YouTubers' real incentives should be to cure you from the fapping and porn addiction. But if you do that, you'll stop watching them, so they won't actually help you. This is why no NoFap YouTuber has actually been helpful for all this time. It's still a massive fucking problem because people are just like explaining it with like shit, constant videos, uploads, everything. They tell you stuff which is totally unrealistic. Like, how many times have you clicked on a NoFap video and the guy talks about the NoFap's benefits timeline, that at day 7 your testosterone will go up and you want to get to day 90, and guys, I'm on a day 1000, I'm so cool. What they're actually telling you is that if you relapse and you reset your streak, all of the benefits go away. That's what you believe about NoFap, isn't it? If you relapse, then you're on day 0 again, right? Think about how heartless that is, how evil, demonic that is. That's like saying to a fat person who wants to lose weight and get healthier, watch my videos and go to the gym and you know, get really into fitness and eat clean. That's going to be so good for you. And by the way, fatty, if you miss one workout, you lose all of the benefits. If you miss one workout, all of it resets. Imagine saying that to a fat guy. Imagine convincing a fat guy to go to the gym, but making him so scared of missing a single workout, telling him that it resets and he's back at day 0 again. It clearly doesn't work like that. You go to the gym, you take some rest days, but even if you were planning to go to the gym every single day and you missed a day, you'd still be fine. You still kept all the fucking gains. If anything, you made more gains because you took rest, right? No fat, with this idea that it's got to be something that you just never ejaculate again and you get to day 90 and suddenly you can levitate or some bullshit. It doesn't work like that. Coming from a guy who's older than all these fucking NoFap YouTubers, I'm telling you, they're making the problem worse. I'm sure they don't mean to, but I'm so glad that I don't watch any NoFap YouTuber. Just get on self-improvement, improve your mental health, get onto the Adonis Protocol, which is like a free self-improvement plan, and you won't even want to fap anymore because you're living like more of a fulfilling life. When you're constantly watching these videos about NoFap, like the reason why you clicked on this one today, you're making it worse for yourself. The golden point of NoFap, the point that you want to get to, is when fapping and porn doesn't even seem like a thing anymore. It just doesn't even exist anymore. You never wanted it to feel like a full-time job where you're grabbing your little knife and you're etching in your day into the wall, like, oh yes, day 365, like a psychopath. You never wanted to be something obsessive. You just wanted to move on with this so that you could go and live a healthier life and you can go and start to attract like a real beautiful woman and make money and feel productive. So you need to get to the point where you stop thinking about this shit as fast as possible, and the way that you do that is by stop watching these videos. Stop clicking on the NoFap videos because you just make the problem worse. I will continue to make them to try and attract the guys who are watching this bullshit content, but if you're hearing these words right now and you click on another NoFap video after this one, you're a fucking Jeffrey, because you've learned the truth now. You know exactly what it's going to take. You don't even need me to explain what it's going to take to make success in NoFap, because just compare it to the gym. It's kind of like when you start in the gym and you show up and you said that you'd go every day, but then you miss a few days, but you still stayed consistent in the gym over the year. years, and then it's like you got jacked anyway. You're gonna miss some days, you're gonna relapse on some days. It's completely normal. Don't think that your progress resets when you relapse. That's like saying your progress resets when you take a rest day from the gym. And likewise, when you start in the gym and you want to get really strong, you still have to start with the empty bar, like the lightweight, right? And so you have to do the lightweight equivalent of porn and masturbation. You have to come in and understand that in the entire month, you're not going to be able to have like 0 days of fapping, because it's kind of like an addiction that you're used to. It's a habit. And so if you're fapping once every single day, 30 times a month, a good progressive overload, like a good like milestone to reach for, is to fap 20 times next month. So it's reduced. That's so much healthier and achievable for a young man than us saying, no, make it 0 next month, and if you make it 1, then the whole month's fucked up, and then once you relapse once, you're on day 0. If you fap again on that same day, you're still technically on day 0, so go and have a fucking jackathon the next time you relapse. This is what like this current culture is teaching young men, is that as soon as you fail, it's all fucked up and you may as well make it worse. What I'm telling you is, when you fail and you relapse, it's still part of the fucking plan. I have taught millions of guys to get onto self-improvement, and trust me when I say I have never once seen a guy hit every single day 100% of the time. I've never seen it. It just doesn't happen. So why would you like feel like you should get upset at the next time that you relapse when we know it's gonna happen? We know that you've got to take a rest day from the gym every now and then. You know, you can't go and train chest every fucking day. You've got to take a rest and do something else the next day. You've got to be hard on yourself, but you've got to have a better mindset. I'm going to leave you now with this last visualization. I want you to think of this: 2 guys in a party. Imagine in this party, you know, there's all those like cute wild girls, they're all drinking and stuff, everyone's drinking, having a good time, right? And there's 2 guys who aren't drinking. And all of the party people who are all drunk and stuff, they go up to these both 2 guys and say, oh, hey, why don't you drink? Why don't you drink? And one guy says, oh, well, no, you know, I'm on day 13 of quitting drinking. Actually, you know, I'm trying not to quit. What's going to happen to him? Everyone in the party is going to say, oh, come on, just drink, just have a little bit, just go on. Done. He's going to start drinking. You know what's so interesting? Not only is that guy going to start drinking, can you imagine who that guy is going to be in the party? Anyone who's been to a party will tell you that's the one who's going to get drunk as fuck that night, right? Anyone who's been to a party before will tell you the guy who's kind of like, oh, you know, I'm not really feeling like going out, I'm not going to drink today, guys. He's the one who gets drunk as fuck, because he had this streak that when he felt like, oh, the streak's reset, I had a sip of alcohol, he's just going to go fucking crazy because he's on day 0 anyway. This is you when you're on day 3 of nofap and you relapse once and you're like, oh, well, you know, I'm on day 0 anyway, I may as well go another 2 times today, and you make it worse. The second guy in the party, everyone goes over to him and says, oh, why don't you drink? And he says, oh, no thanks, I don't drink. What are you up to? What, you know, tell me about your school life or some bullshit. I don't know. He talks to them, right? That's it. He says, no thanks, I don't drink. And no one pressures him more. What does that guy look like? Straight away, I'm imagining a Muslim with a 6-pack. Fucking disciplined man. A young man who's going to be a future millionaire. I don't drink. None of this pussy shit. Oh, I'm on 13 days of quitting alcohol. You know, I'm trying not to drink, guys. I don't drink. If you're on nofap, you're the first guy. I'm trying to quit, guys. I'm on day 3. What you need to do is get off nofap and be the second guy. I don't fap. I don't fap. I don't watch porn, but I'm not on nofap because I don't associate with being a fucking loser. Fucking losers are on nofap. We're not on nofap. We are just men who don't fucking fap, and we just save ourselves for the woman that we want to be with. There's a difference. The kid who's on nofap is still like this ugly, spotty, low status, smelly kid who's going to constantly keep relapsing and hate his life. That's not our identity. We are just men who don't masturbate. So destroy anything that you've got to do with nofap, the fucking timer on your phone or anything like that. Like, stop all of that bullshit and just start to see yourself as the man who just doesn't really fap. That's it. And you might end up fapping, of course. You might end up, just like the guy who says I don't drink, might end up drinking at one random point in the future. But if you hold that identity, you'll be far less likely to make it worse than this, like, you know, like this scared mentality where it feels like a full-time job, resisting fapping and thinking, oh, you know, I'm on day 3, I really don't want to relapse, I really don't want to relapse. That's the same as the fat woman who wants the diet and all day she's thinking, oh, you know, don't cheat on the diet, don't cheat, oh, I'm gonna eat that thing, no, don't do it. You don't want to spend your day just with that mental disorder, do you? You want to have the identity of a man who's busy, who's achieving his goals, who's doing 2 workouts a day because you've got time, you know? You always fap at the same time every day. For most guys, it's usually like right before bedtime because you say to yourself, oh, well, I can't sleep if I don't fap first. Do something else. Replace that habit with something else at that same time. Go and do something fucking disciplined and masculine. Go for a run at 9 p.m. just before you go to bed. And that's like your discipline, like alpha male kind of mode. That's your Adonis mode. This is what the Adonis Protocol will do for you. Adonis Protocol is kind of like the upgraded version of monk mode, which is completely for free for you to go through right now. It's the top link in the description. It's an entire free self-improvement protocol that you can get onto. It has changed lives already. I have put thousands of men on the Adonis Protocol, and each one of them literally looked to me and said, like, it gave them their life back. If you're struggling with self-improvement right now, this is no sales pitch. It's completely for free. You can go and get it right now. I just want as many men as possible to get onto the Adonis Protocol because I've seen of how powerful this list of habits is, and you can go and get it for free. Just scroll down right now, go click on the top link in the description and go and take it there. Go and commit yourself to the Adonis Protocol, and you won't be wasting time watching no-fap videos from now on. Click and watch this video. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah!